channel, guys. Today we're going to be spilling some tea. Yeah, it's nighttime when I'm filming this, otherwise I would make it a coffee talk. But I've just been realizing that I shouldn't have coffee at 7 p.m. So there's that. I posted a poll on my Instagram story. If you're not following me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram. I am always on my stories, so you can kind of keep up with me between what's going on in my real life in between videos. I posted a poll on my Instagram story, and I kind of asked you guys if you wanted to see a video where I just talk about what to do when you have a crap day, and pretty much that's just it. And if we're being real honest,
I've had some crap days recently.
If you're new here, you may not know, but I am an anxious little ball. You know, we're still working on it. I feel like I've just so much progress towards getting away from that, but it's kind of something that you can't ever fully escape. I'm anxious and I'm a people pleaser, and so sometimes that gets the best of me. And to give you a little bit of an example, Friday I had some really bad anxiety when I was trying to go to bed, and my mind was just racing, and I feel like I stared at the clock change from like 3 hours. It was horrible. And then Saturday comes around, I had it just as bad, and I was like, oh my gosh, like it had been a really long time since I had had it so bad that it kind of like threw off my day. I was trying to think of like what triggered it and what some of the things that I had let slip that kind of pushed me right back into my little anxious state of being that I can become sometimes. And so I wanted to brainstorm and give you guys this video to kind of help you, because I know not everyone suffers from anxiety, but I feel like at some point in our lives we all feel some level of anxiety or a depressive state of mind. My hair is
She's doing her own thing.
so we're gonna fix that. The first thing that I noticed that went when my anxiety entered back in was my quiet time. I'm not kidding you guys, I did my quiet time like twice last week. As much as I get value from my quiet time, I do find that sometimes it is like pulling my teeth to try to get me to sit down and do it. Just like sometimes I have to drag myself to the gym, I still benefit from it. And I let that slip last week, and I noticed a huge shift in my mental health. And when I'm insecure and when I'm focusing on what others think of me and if people love me or not, I'm not very pleasant to be around, because I'm just a sad sap. I'm a sad, little depressed little being when I'm like that, and that's no way to live, and that's not how we were intended to live. So my first tip for when you're having a crap day is to seriously whip out your Bible, whip out your journal, and sit down and just be silent, be still, let everything come out. If you're feeling like you want to word vomit, you're mad, you're angry, you're upset, whatever you are feeling, let it out, spit it out on a piece of paper, and just vent, just let it be. Because if you're keeping it cooped up in here, this is all just going to start to rot, and it's not a pretty sight, and it's not what we were meant to do. We were meant to let our emotions out, and it's not bad. So let yourself feel. Sit down with your Bible, sit down with your journal, and tell Jesus what's up. Tell him what's going on, because he already knows your thoughts anyways, so you don't really need to like fake it with him. Something else that I really noticed too is just to get outside. This morning I went on a run outside. Who am I? Who is she? We don't know, because I don't run ever, okay? When I woke up this morning, I like felt heavy, and that's genuinely how I feel most mornings, which is why my morning routine is important. I looked outside and I was like, it is beautiful out there. What I did, threw on some clothes, didn't give myself a second to talk myself out of it, threw in my headphones, put on an Elevation Church podcast, and I went running. You guys, outside. And that is something that I know for a fact psychologically helps people when they're struggling a little bit, is to get out in nature and move your stinking body. Whether you're just doing some jumping jacks in your office cubicle, or you go to the gym, or you just decide to do a crazy dance because you need to sometimes. I think that moving your body and getting outside does so much for your mind. My next tip is really hard to do when you're in a bad place. Do something nice for someone else other than yourself. I know that everyone always says you can't pour from an empty cup, yada yada yada. Hear me out, okay? But seriously, I don't think there is any better cure for a hurting heart than to heal someone else's and try to bring some light into someone else's day and to make someone else smile. And if you're having a crap day, what better way to feel better than to give someone else a less crap day? You know what I'm saying? So do something nice for someone. Pay for someone's coffee, give someone a hug, text an old friend. I don't know. Just do something for someone else from a genuine spot. When you're having the kind of day that drains your energy and is just negative Nelly and it's rough and everything is darkness, the best way to defeat that, you guys, is with a little bit of light and kindness and positivity. So do something nice for someone. When you do that, you are opening yourself up to a state of kindness and gratitude. I promise you, and that is the tea. Be nice, and the world will be nice to you. The thing that I do when I'm having a really bad day is I don't just walk around telling everyone in my life, like,
oh my gosh, I'm having the worst day ever. Today sucks.
I don't go around just telling everybody today is the worst. That used to be me. I used to be the most pessimistic person. Like literally, if you caught me on a bad day, you knew. You knew by my facial expression, by the words that I said. You know what that's doing for you? Nothing. You know what else that's doing for you? It's creating a big, nasty storm cloud around your life, and you're gonna always feel like everything is bad because that's all you're talking about, is what is bad and what sucks and what's negative. Okay? If that is all that you talk about, that is all that you will feel. Now, the next tip kind of sounds like it contradicts my first one. I understand that. But I promise you, it makes sense. If you're really feeling down about yourself and you're really struggling, reach out to a crap day, or when I'm struggling with a little spell of anxiety or whatever, that they're gonna talk me down. And not only that, but they're gonna pray for me and they're gonna encourage me. They're not gonna act like I'm a burden to them. And sometimes you need that, and it's okay. By doing that, you're not like trying to bring them into the mess and make them have a bad day too. You're asking for help, and that's okay. And I think that we need to know that. Reach out, get some help. There's nothing to be ashamed of in that. And I think that we were called to a deeper sense of community, and by a deeper sense of community, that means we go through the hard stuff together. The next few tips are just little things, but they are things that I genuinely feel like help when I'm having a bad day. Get a coffee, read a really good book, meet with a friend, do a face mask, drink a tea, put on some comfy slippers, and live your best life, okay? You gotta do the things that make you a little bit happier, and if that is retail therapy, you go do that. Listen to a podcast, listen to some worship music, or dance to your favorite music. Do all the cheesy, corny things that will put you in a good mood, because I promise you, they do wonders. Even on a bad day, just force a smile, because even the simple action of like your muscles creating a smile just makes you like a little tiny bit happy. It's the next day. Apparently my camera just stopped filming in the middle of while I was talking. The one thing I did want to add is everybody has them, and sometimes you're going to go through a season of life where it feels like you're having them every day. And the one thing that you can consistently do that will help is to just remember that just as there are bad days, there are also good days. So good days are coming. You just have to keep going. So just remember that your problems matter and your bad days matter. They're teaching you something. They're making you a better person. Bad days build better days. So let yourself learn from them. Let your bad days be a lesson. Let your bad days be something that helps you remain grateful for the good days. And I think that that's pretty much it. Not a bad life, it's just a bad day, or maybe a bad couple of days. There's a little bit of good in every day because you woke up. if you're alive experiencing a day, then all in all, it is a good day because you're alive. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below. You can hit the notification bell. That way you can get notified every time I post a new video. If you guys like this kind of video, let me know because I genuinely like making sit-down chats, but sometimes people would prefer that in like podcast form. Let me know if I should start a podcast. I always say, love on someone today and make them feel extra special because they are, and I will catch you guys in the next video. I'm really far away from the camera, so this will be interesting.